Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a ton of new information to go over. We have new events and mystery gifts announced for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We have new mythical Pokemon rumors for Legends ZA, and then we also have some new Nintendo Switch 2 leaks and things to cover about the next console as well. There's a lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet events and mystery gifts. We have HDvee here tweeting out about the next raid battle event. The 7-star Primarino event is now over, and we are now getting this new raid event for this weekend instead. So, HDvee here tweeting out saying, HDvee update, the next Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet Terra Raid battle event has been announced. It focuses on Sandy Shocks in Pokemon Scarlet and Iron Thorns in Pokemon Violet. Runs from the 24th of May through to the 26th of May, so this is this weekend. It's nothing crazy, it's just another Paradox raid. The only thing that I don't really get about these is why are they still like making them version exclusive? Just make Iron Thorns available in Pokemon Scarlet and make Sandy Shocks available in Pokemon Violet for these raids. Like, the game's been out for ages now. It's not like they're DLC locked or anything like that. Just make them available for everyone. I just don't understand why they're not. But yeah, it's nothing special. It's just another 5-star raid. We're still waiting for those next legendary raid events. Again, Riddler-Coup has apparently said that we are going to be getting some more legendary raids at some point. That was a long time ago that he said that, and we've still not gotten anything. Of course, he has been wrong about a lot of things lately, so he could have also been wrong about that. The only legendary Mewtwo raid that we've had was incredible, and so I'm hoping that they do something like that again. But either way, that is the next raid event for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And as well as that, we have a new mystery gift that is now live as well. This is actually a new Quaxly mystery gift. We knew that this was coming, but we didn't have the code for it. The code is now live. Remember, we still also have that Talonflame mystery gift code happening, I think, around the 1st of June. But either way, this is the new Quaxly code here. So, HDvee update, a new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet distribution has begun of Dots Quaxly. The code is Dot First Partner, so D0T1STPARTNER, and it runs until the 30th of November 2024. So, this isn't like super limited, but yeah, obviously get it now so you don't have to worry about it, and you do not forget about it. It does also have the partner ribbon. It doesn't have the hidden ability, and it has 20 IVs in all stats except one, which is 29, just like Lyco Sprigatito. So this is pretty cool because obviously we now have a Quaxly and a Sprigatito mystery gift that are currently live. So if you start a new copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and you pick Fuecoco as your starter, you can actually legitimately get all three of the starters literally as soon as you get access to mystery gifts, because as I say, Sprigatito and Quaxly are now available as of right now. I'm assuming we'll get Fuecoco at some point as well. But yeah, if you did want to start Scarlet and Violet now with all three starters, you can very much do that 100% legit. So yeah, that's the new Quaxly mystery gift there if you do want to redeem that. And yeah, this is live until the 30th of November 2024. So moving on, I wanted to go over this thread here by Oizy's Games. They're kind of talking about the mythical Pokemon that we might be seeing in Pokemon Legends ZA, and it is related to that kind of gorilla that is present in the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet books. A lot of information has been kind of thrown around about this potential Pokemon. Like, a lot of people thought it might be a Slacking or something like that. We know it's not a Slacking, and a lot of people think that it is potentially going to be what the other mythical Pokemon is in the Generation 9 games. We did have Riddler-Coup saying that there was going to be another mythical Pokemon. Again, track record, a little bit shaky as of late, so he might be right, he might be wrong about that. But yeah, we are still expecting some sort of, hopefully some sort of new mythical Pokemon, whether that be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or it could actually connect to Pokemon Legends ZA. And Oizy actually has a really, really good kind of theory here connecting this Pokemon to Legends ZA and how it could actually be featured in Legends ZA and not in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So they have the tweet here, the thread saying, a couple days ago, I saw a post on here about an ancient lemur relative, and that got me thinking. The ape paradox in the books for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. It would have to be based on some type of ancient animal. Then I saw a post with the head of a massive ape-like animal. I've known about giant lemurs because before, so it wasn't a surprise. But when the comments mentioned, I'm not sure how to pronounce this off the top of my head, but it says things clicked. I looked up the history of Madagascar, wondering if it had history with France and the Iberian Peninsula, and it did. So Portugal was the first of Europe, from what I understand, to interact with Madagascar. France eventually owned Madagascar before losing it. French is still one of the national languages there. I also started to think about how the great crater of Paldea reminds me a lot of the mountain in Skull Island, the one where the skull crawlers slither out. So the animals coming out of that mountain are said to be ancient animals that have survived there for a millennia. However, where is Kong? I think the ape paradox is supposed to represent the 8th wonder of the world. However, it's not an ape. It may be an I don't even know what it is, Archaeoningerus or something, because of the connections between Paldea and Kalos. Now, what does Kong have to do with France? As far as I'm aware, nothing. However, Kong is known for one particular scene in the old movie, climbing the Empire State Building. Unfortunately, we aren't visiting Unova, but Kalos. Kalos, though, has the next best thing, the Eiffel Tower. I think we're going to see the ape paradox in France. Whether it's called a paradox is up to the debate. Also, the movie takes place in the early 20th century, just like we think Pokemon Legends ZA takes place. It all lines up. Let's see if it actually happens, though. So, it does line up about this Pokemon potentially being in Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm not completely convinced it's going to be. I still think we're going to get a movie announced this year for maybe next year or something, where we do get this kind of like mythical Pokemon as the main kind of Pokemon in it. And I think they'll just drop it there through like an event or something. I don't think they'll carry it. I don't think they're going to connect Generation 9 to Legends EA that much. I know they're both going to be based on like European countries and stuff, but I don't think they're going to be... I mean, they could. It could be like from a different kind of time point where obviously this mythical Pokemon monkey is from, and it just, I don't know, something happens with like a Hooper wormhole and it kind of throws it into Legends EA. Is a possibility, still very, very unlikely. I mean, we don't even know if we're going to get this. We're just expecting we are, just because this Pokemon isn't a Pokemon that we already know about, and we also have, leakers saying that we're going to get a new mythical. So a lot of people are expecting it to be the new mythical, but again, it might just be some random drawing. Maybe we're just thinking way too much into it, but that's just kind of different connotations that we kind of get from this image. But hopefully we do find out about this new mythical sooner rather than later. I mean, we've been waiting for a while. I do think that potentially Generation 9 is kind of complete now. Like, I don't think we're going to get any more free updates or DLCs. We might get an enhanced version for the Switch too, but apart from that, I don't think it will come with like any new content or anything. I think that if we do get this Pokemon, it would just be like through an event or something. But either way, do you think we're going to get a new mythical Pokemon in Legends EA that's related to this monkey or related to Scarlet and Violet, or do you think that this gorilla-like Pokemon is just going to be something that we're never going to see? Maybe it's just cut content. You never know. Maybe in a few years we get more data mines from Scarlet and Violet, and maybe this Pokemon is going to be cut content or something. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on, we have some new Nintendo Switch 2 leaks to go over as well. So rumor, Nintendo codename for Switch successor is out. So obviously we've already gone over this a little bit in the past, but we have more information to go over about this now in regards to the next console. So this was tweeted out by Go Nintendo Tweet. It's all posted on there. So rumor, Nintendo codename for the Switch successor is out. So rumors about the Switch successor have been flooding in after Nintendo officially revealed that it will be announced this fiscal year. Midori, a prominent leaker who has connections to Sega and Atlus and has shared accurate information in the past, is now saying that she has heard that Nintendo's next system has the codename Ounce. So as you may recall, Midori previously shared that Nintendo has a project in development with the codename Yu-King Zero. The codename for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was Yu-King, meaning that Yu-King Zero is likely a port of the award-winning game for the Switch successor. So this is obviously what we spoke about in yesterday's video in regards to how this could also relate to maybe enhanced versions for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Nintendo Switch 2. I still think it's very likely the case, especially with what Riddler Q said, saying that there was going to be like 3 projects they're working on, which is one of them is going to be Generation 10, one of them is going to be Legends EA, and the other one is probably going to be the enhanced versions or the remasters or whatever of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the next console. And this is another reason as to why it could happen, because obviously Legend of Zelda seemingly is also going to be getting a port on the Switch 2. So exactly what the O stands for has been up for debate, but we now know it could potentially be Ounce. Nintendo likes to add another dash and letter to codenames when they work on ports, so this is a very probable turn of events. So this is kind of what we covered yesterday's video and stuff like that. However, though, it then goes on more, because it sounds like the rumor from last week of the codename being Muji may have already been debunked. Midori believes that the codename Ounce may have been decided on because Nintendo was able to put stronger hardware into a portable device that is still not too heavy to use, although this is strictly her speculation. Additionally, Midori has heard that Nintendo has been using the name Switch 2 or New Switch when referring to the new hardware to developers such as Sega and Atlus. However, it's unlikely that either of these will be the final name of the system. So Nintendo themselves have actually been calling the next console Nintendo Switch 2, which we've all been doing, We've been calling it that for as long as I can remember, just because it's easier to kind of pronounce it like that than anything else, but it's more likely now that it will actually be called the Switch 2 or the New Switch. So this is actually Midori's tweets here, so if I actually go to the page of her tweets, she says, in conversations, no, we'll go up to the top. So there's a project in Nintendo with the codename Yu-King O, so obviously that's the Breath of the Wild stuff. This is where, she was kind of making the connections between like the 3DS ports and everything like that. And then maybe the codename is Ounce because Nintendo was able to put stronger hardware into a portable device that is still not too heavy to use, so it's similar to the GameCube name. And then in conversations with developers, including Atlus and Sega, over the past few years, the next hardware is using the name Switch 2 or New Switch, but I do not think this is the final name. So again, that's just Midori saying that she doesn't think it's going to be the final name, but they have actually been referring to the next console as the Switch 2 or the new Switch, whilst they have been talking to developers and stuff. So even though we don't know the name of the next Nintendo console, Nintendo themselves have been calling it the Switch 2. So it could be called that, it could be called the new Switch, it could be called something completely different. It might just be a placeholder, but we know that the actual codename is Ounce. And I do kind of like the idea that it's because Nintendo was able to put stronger hardware into a portable device, so that's why it's obviously called Ounce. And then we have Midori also replying to a few of the comments, so I'd imagine Nintendo probably hasn't told partners about the final name of the system, so they just referred to it as the Switch 2 like us internally, because it's easiest to say. Hope the actual name is Super Nintendo Switch or Switch Advance or something like that. I think so too. I don't think Nintendo has told many developers the name of the next hardware right now. I feel like if they did, then it probably would have just been leaked by now anyway, but we also have this person here saying, a little unrelated, but do you know if Sega has any plans for the Phantasy Star series behind PSO2 New Genesis? A new PSO title is in development. And again, Midori has a really, really good track record as well. One of the main leakers in the community, especially regarding Sega and Atlus and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of reports about Sega stuff happening on the Nintendo Switch 2 and stuff, and it's all coming from Midori. Like I say, she has a really good track record. She's like the Pyoro of Sega, basically. Like, Pyoro is really, really good for Nintendo, and Midori is really, really good for Sega and stuff. So that's kind of like the level of information that she actually knows. So really, really good information coming out of that. But yeah, could potentially be called the Switch 2 or the new Switch. Again, it might be what Nintendo are just referring to as it from developers, but it could also be what they're actually going to call the console. Moving on though, I also did quickly want to go over this today as well, because this was the lineup that we got for the Nintendo Switch presentation in 2017. So we may see something kind of similar to this when the Switch 2 does drop or get announced, hopefully this year. So we have Stealth here tweeting out saying the Switch reveal showcase in 2017 was good. So this is everything that was revealed with the Nintendo Switch in 2017. So we had The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild release date. We also had Super Mario Odyssey. So obviously that is the last kind of big 3D Mario game that we had, which was a bit ridiculous because Mario is such a huge kind of part of Nintendo. To say the last big 3D Mario game we got was in 2017 when the Switch came out is a bit crazy. But either way, we also got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well. We got Splatoon 2. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We got ARMS. We got Fire Emblem Warriors. We got Octopath Traveler. And then we also got SMT VTs. We are likely only months, certainly less than a year away from the Nintendo Switch 2 equivalent. And then they also go on to say, for the Switch 2 showcase, I think there will be a bigger emphasis on surprise shock third-party ports. You mean that is coming to the Switch 2, stuff like that. The Switch showcase heavily focused on first party because I don't think many devs believed in it at first. But now obviously knowing that it's basically going to be the best selling console of all time, a lot of developers are going to be obviously throwing games at the Nintendo Switch. So I wouldn't be surprised to see like loads of more stuff. And this is just kind of a few ideas of what people were going to think to see. So like Super Mario 3D, very likely to get another 3D Mario game. Again, a lot of people are expecting it to be like an open world game. And again, this is from like rumors and also legitimate kind of like leakers have kind of been saying this information as well. So yeah, a big kind of Super Mario 3D game. Mario Kart, like a new Mario Kart would be really, really good to see. A lot of people are expecting to see that, which, you know, could be launched at the same year or the next year or whatever. We could be seeing some sort of like Zelda kind of remakes and remasters and stuff. I still think that the Nintendo Direct next month is going to showcase a lot of remasters and remakes and ports and stuff, but we could also still get ports for the Nintendo Switch 2. New IP, Monolith Soft, new 2D Metroid, Square Enix new IP, Persona 6. And again, this isn't rumors, this is just obviously this person's like wish list, but this is all very, very likely to happen as well. A few other things as well from this person here, you know, Xeno Warriors, Professor Layton, Ocarina of Time remake. Again, a lot of people think that's going to happen. FE4 remake, Persona 3R, Tekken. And then also, you know, COD, Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. So we'll have to see, but the main things people are expecting are obviously new 3D Mario game and also Mario Kart as well. And hopefully, you know, we get some Legend ZA gameplay as well. That could definitely be something that happens, you know, if we do get the Switch 2 announcement before August, because I'm expecting the next Pokemon Presents to probably be in August, around Worlds or just before Worlds. So I'm kind of expecting that, and if we do get the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal before that, hopefully we do get some gameplay for it, because if Riddler-Ku is right and Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be hosting Legend ZA as well as the Nintendo Switch, we're probably going to get some gameplay around it. It's going to be on one of the launch titles most likely for the Nintendo Switch 2, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, though, that is going to be everything for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on everything that we covered today. What are you hoping to see as one of the launch titles for the Nintendo Switch 2? Do you think the Switch 2 is going to be called the Switch 2, like Nintendo have been kind of discussing, or do you think it's going to be called something completely different? Let me know your thoughts on the mythical Pokemon kind of stuff as well. Do you think we're going to be seeing this ape kind of gorilla-like Pokemon at any time soon, or do you think it's just going to be some sort of scrapped Pokemon, or do you think it was never a Pokemon? Do you think it was just in the Scarlet and Violet book? Even though every other Pokemon on that page is in the game, this is the only one that still has the mystery around it. But let me know your thoughts on that, and also let me, make sure to get the mystery gift and also the event that's going live this weekend. We'll obviously revisit this event later on in the week when we do know more stuff about it, like the attacks and obviously the items that you get and stuff from it. But anyway, it's everything from me. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. It's trying to hit 500 likes. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.